I'm looking at this beautiful van. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so we recently had the van used for deliveries, wrapped, we call that. And this is a great picture. It's a great representation of who we are and what we do. This side of the truck just shows, a job site that uses anchor bolts, and we help contractors out to good base for us, certainly all over New England and around the country. So if you see our van out there on the road, give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. So, and what we're going to do, Margaret, just briefly, is I'm going to reintroduce ourselves to, the many customers that we've had over the years, and new customers too, so they're familiar with what we do and who we are. Of course, when you see something like this, it shows anchor bolts, and that's a major portion of our business. But, we've been in business for close to 58 years, and, we've sold, we sell screws that are, tiny. So, and I want to make sure that everybody's well aware of that. So
Right.
Come on in, let's think about it. So you can see a little bit about who we are and what we do. This is just the counter area. We've got quite a bit of counter pickup. And back in the day when we were in Boston, Margaret, we were there for 40 years in that location, in the heart of Boston. And we could be 20 deep at the counter at any time on customer pickups, contractors from city of Boston, from the south of Boston, west. It was a great location for us from the north of Boston. And so we still have plenty of customer pickup here to this day. Let's take a look at some of the comparisons. So everybody is well aware of what our strengths are, where we've been, and where we've grown to over these past 58 years. I think these days a lot of customers may think that we're just doing larger products. And I want to show you the comparisons of what we still do, so everybody's well aware of us. We can help so many different industries, and we look forward to doing business with all of them. Try to be as quick as possible. These are a section where we're in right now. This is a galvanized section, but we carry all of these things not only in zinc but in hot galv as well. And I'm going to show you some comparisons.
Good morning, Alan.
I'll just grab one size here. So, this is a 5/16 by 2.5 bolt. We stock them smaller than this. So these both in zinc and galvanized, but we also stock them. This one is actually, I won't take them all down, but this is if you can see it, this is a 1 by 34. So, in comparison.
Yeah.
So you can see we stock this stuff in zinc and galvanized for many different industries. Yeah. So we just want to make everybody aware that, the small fastener game is still a big portion of our business as well. Here's a great comparison right here, as I see it. So we stock all types of nuts, well smaller than this 3/8. This is a grade 8 nylon insert lock nut. And this is a 2-inch galvanized hex nut. So, two different, you can imagine, two different industries.
Right.
But,
and that's brass, right?
No, this is just yellow zinc plated steel. It's hardened steel. So, and just to show you that we're able to hit so many different industries. We always did. We started back, in '61, selling to the smaller markets. Small markets in the sense that small types of manufacturers, contractors, and we've grown from that into much larger products in diameter and length. But this is still a major portion of our business.
Right.
So let me just show you a few other things. So again, well, these are wood screws. I mean, just for argument's sake. Again, I'm doing this just to show comparison. So this is a tiny. This happens to be a 6 by 3/4 flat Phillips wood screw. If you can see the size of it, for very particular industries. I mean, you see a lot of these used in woodworking, but also in the electrical trade.
Yep.
Well, we stock them up to a number 24, if I could find one for you, Margaret. Now, I don't have one of the bigger ones, but we stock them up. We stock what they call a number 24 by 5 inch or 6 inch. We stock them also
Okay.
in a 4 inch. That are used in the door frame industry. So the screw, as opposed to this tiny screw, it's about a 3/8 diameter, and they're generally between 4 and 6 inches long, and they're used to tie big, heavy door frames. Yeah.
Okay.
This again is all hot galvanized material. This entire section is for brass.
Yeah.
This whole section is for tamper-proof screws, Margaret. And
Okay.
here we have nylon and aluminum screws, nuts, washers. Grade 5 bolts. Again, we stock them from 1/4 inch diameter up to 1 inch diameter in grade 5s. And this entire section are actually self-drilling, various types of self-drilling drywall screws.
Okay.
This entire section, thread cutting and thread forming screws for manufacturing. This entire section right here, Margaret, lag bolts and hex head bolts, and all the way down here, for the most part, are all various types of hex nuts.
Okay.
So now I'm just going to swing you around to show you some grade 8 material that we stock. And we stock grade 8 bolts from 1/4 inch diameter up to 1.5 inches, as I'll show you. So here's a small, we're talking smaller than this, a small grade 8 bolt used in the automotive industry.
Okay.
All right. So this happens to be a 5/16 diameter. But we also stock grade 8 bolts. This is 1.5 inch by 14 inch. Completely, still generally into heavy construction,
Right.
or heavy equipment. But you can see the difference in size.
Right.
Yeah. So there are, different markets that we target, and we don't want our customer base to forget that
Right.
we certainly are a small screw supplier as well.
Right.
Always have been. That whole section is dedicated to metric, Margaret.
Yep.
This whole section and the section behind you, it's all stainless steel. Carry a
wow.
full line of stainless steel bolts, hex bolts, lags, carriage bolts, nuts, washers. We even carry a full line of stainless steel anchors. And beyond stainless, we carry aluminum, nylon, and I also want to show you that we carry bronze. We carry a full line of bronze in hex bolts, lags, carriage bolts, nuts, washers,
Wow.
for the marine and the electrical industry.
And are those the threaded rods behind you?
Yeah, we've talked about that before. Those are our threaded rods. That's our threaded rod section. So you can see from here, it runs along, actually it runs along four walls.
Right.
Various types of structural and mild steel threaded rods and various materials. You can see this is 2 inch by 12 foot.
Wow.
F15, 54, grade 55 galvanized threaded rod.
And then your anchor bolts are over there. That whole section is,
Yeah.
you've got an inventory of over 5,000.
Yeah, plus.
Plus,
Like I said, we've
yeah.
got more coming in, actually,
Right.
today, as we spoke of.
Yep.
In this entire section that you see here is dedicated to masonry and hollow wall type anchors. We carry them nylon, we carry them in steel, we carry wedge anchors in stainless and galvanized.
Mm-hmm.
We have one of the largest masonry anchors in the industry.
Excellent. Well, Neil, that's a lot of inventory here.
It is, and you know, since we moved out of Boston, it's been about 17 years now. I think we may have lost touch with some of the customers who depended on us for smaller diameter screws through the years, only because of moving just slightly south of Boston. But we want to make sure that, you know, these contractors know we're still here.
Right.
We're still going strong. We still have the same product line plus. And, you know, we look forward to serving them, continuing to serve them and serve those that we haven't served for a while once again.
Okay. Well, Neil, thank you so much.
Thanks, Margaret.